welcome to our community call, everybody. We're really happy to have you here today. We have a really nice agenda lined up. So we're going to go through a couple of upcoming hackathons that are happening that we are also doing ourselves, and also going to in person, just to let you know what's happening. And then also we have Vijay here on the call, our product manager, who's going to give you a product roadmap update. So we have great features coming up. And as you know, we have an open roadmap already. So where you can also put in your feedback and contribute to the roadmap. So we're going to give you some updates on that. Then we have our guest speakers on the call today. We have Julian and Christopher from Unlock Protocol. And they're going to talk about what Unlock Protocol is. And we quite recently integrated Superfluid. So we partnered up together and we are really excited. So we are excited to hear a bit more about that. And then Fran is going to kick off the Wave Pool. So Wave Pool is our open hackathon process that's going to take place on Discord. So definitely we are very excited for that and happy to have you all on board. And then also we quite recently are launching our new podcast. So we have a Web3 podcast coming out and we wanted to share it with you first before we set it live. So definitely stay tuned for that. And in the end, as always, we have an open floor for Q&A. So if any of you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat or on voice, however you want, and then we will address them afterwards. Great. Then moving on, we do have upcoming Web3 hackathons that are planned. So this weekend, actually already, we have ETH Mexico that's happening. It's a hackathon sponsored by ETH Global. And we are one of the sponsors. So that means we have bounties available and our team is there in person in Mexico City. Unfortunately, it is in person, so it's quite limited in terms of participation. But yeah, this is something that's happening and we will definitely keep you posted about different projects that are building on Superfluid and yeah, how the team is doing in Mexico City. So stay tuned on Discord, on Twitter, we will share some good content. And then also there's ETH Online happening throughout September. So this is also sponsored by us and organized by ETH Global. And we will also have their bounties available. So different kinds of prizes for notable projects. And what's great about that is it's fully online. That means everybody can participate. So if you're up for a challenge and you want to participate in a hackathon, here's your chance. I will share the registration link down in the chat later on, so you can directly have a look and see the details of it. But yeah, it's fully online. And the great thing also is that it's not only one weekend, it's the whole month. So basically you can build for the whole month. You can iterate on your idea, take your time, build a team, and definitely deliver something really good. So we highly encourage you to participate. And then also what's happening is ETH Berlin. This is not sponsored by Superfluid. That means we don't have any bounties planned, but it's a small hackathon that's happening. We just wanted to make you aware. It's on the 16th to 18th of September, so also just a few days, and it's also in person. So if you have the opportunity to attend, feel free, or if you're just around Berlin, let us know. Some of us are planning to go there and be there in person. So we're always up for meeting our community in person. So do let us know if you are around. But yeah, we just wanted to let you know that these are the hackathons that are upcoming. And if you're interested, to let us know on Discord or in the chat, and we're happy to give you more information. Yes, and then just a quick alpha here. As we mentioned, the merge, we might have a merge party with Superfluid. So we definitely want to monitor how the merge is going, watch some live streams together. And as you know, we have our virtual office. That means we can host a party to watch it all together. So we are opening up our office to our community and watch the merge essentially together. The details will be shared on Discord, so please make sure you are there so you will not miss out on the party. So we're really excited to have you there. Yes, and that's it from my side. I will hand it over to Vijay.
Thanks, Victoria. Share my screen. All right, thanks everyone. Just share this. Yeah, I'm happy to give you a product roadmap update for the stuff that we've been working on, and hopefully those of you who have been paying attention have seen the new dashboard update. Happy to say that it's been going really well. We've been able to continue making improvements, and you can see this kind of a lot of small changes going along the way as well. So hopefully you continue to provide us your feedback on it, and hope you've been enjoying it and tried it out, so let us know. We've made a few kind of small features that I'm happy to kind of talk about, especially because people have been asking for them. Obviously, we've been making a lot of small tweaks, adding up to big tweaks in our buffer warning UI. So hopefully there'll be fewer people there caught out by losing their buffer. And similarly, we've added back a couple of key features. So the index subscription features, particularly useful to those of you who've tried out Ricochet Finance, and also modifying streams. So that's all back in there. But we've been making a lot of other kind of performance improvements, reliability improvements, etc. In the meantime as well. But for the exciting stuff, I guess. So this is something you can try out today, which is the Li-Fi cross-chain super token swaps. So any of you can go to this link and try out these swaps. And it is a really cool feature. And essentially what it allows you to do is you can bridge tokens from any network into super tokens or vice versa. And you can even swap between specific super tokens. And it'll always give you the kind of best route for doing it. So you can see a variety of different prices based on different bridges. And that means you can basically get your super tokens really easily from mainnet Ethereum, but also if you've got super tokens, you can get them to whatever network and whatever token you want easily in the same UI. We're going to be integrating this dashboard soon. But if you do want to try it out in the meantime, you can just use this link to try it out yourself. Their V2 widget there, which you can see is pretty neat, and we'll have styles to our own UI once you have it integrated. And yeah, I think the second part, hopefully equally exciting to many of you, was kind of some of the automations that we've been talking about for a while, going to be starting to be pulled into the dashboard. So we're working right now pretty heavily on this closed-end streamed automation. So you'll be able to set end dates for your streams. We're really excited to roll this one out. Been in the works for a long time, and many of our partners have already gone down the road of integrating it. So yeah, excited about that one very much. And that's only the first in a long list of automations that we're making available. So look forward to the rest of those, which you can check out on our product roadmap. So this is a combination of things that we're committing to, as well as things that we've had requests from the community. And we'd love to get you stuck in on roadmap.superfluid.finance, giving us ideas for where we should integrate next, the additional features we should consider. Once you submitted those or upvoted them, you can kind of stay tuned to see when we've merged it as well. And you'll get notifications about that. So please do get stuck in, giving us your feedback, giving us your suggestions, and let us know what you'd like to see next.
That's great. Thank you, Vijay. Yeah, like the closed-ended streams, this is one of the highest requested features, I believe. So it's great that it's in the plans. Yes, yeah, and the roadmap link is in the chat, everybody, so you can have a look. It's open to everybody, so you can also give us feedback if you feel like something's missing or you want to add something. So feel free to do that. Do we have any questions meanwhile for Vijay before we move on? If not, then Julian and Christopher, feel free to take the stage.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julian, and I'm the CEO and founder at Unlock. I'm really excited about being here today to talk briefly about the Unlock integration of Superfluid. Basically, so for people who are not necessarily familiar with Unlock, Unlock is a protocol for memberships. It's an easy way for creators, communities, brands to deploy a membership contract that actually is under the hood an ERC 721 contract, so an NFT contract. And when they do so, they set the price of the membership, they set the duration of each membership, it could be a day, a month, a year. They set the number of members they want to have. They set a bunch of other characteristics like cancellation terms and things like this. And then creators can embed these smart contracts basically onto their web application, their websites, or even the physical spaces to token gate and ensure that only the people that have a valid membership can access certain features of their application or even their smart contracts. One of the really cool things that happened a couple of weeks ago, obviously, is that Superfluid integrated Unlock. And the key mechanism here is the idea that instead of paying upfront for the full membership, which is the base version of the protocol, people can start a stream using Superfluid. And when the stream starts, the membership NFT is minted. And then for as long as the stream is alive, basically the membership is active, is valid. But when or should the stream end, well, the NFT is immediately expired so that it cannot be used anymore to prove that you're a member of a given contract. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So Julian, in this case, the payment through Superfluid is happening at the same time the membership is valid. And so instead of paying for a year up front or something like that, if you're acquiring a membership or joining a group for a year, actually your payment is aligned with how much value you have left or how much time you have left in that membership. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It's basically streaming. The payment is streaming it, which is what Superfluid is very good at for as long as the membership is valid, or the other way around. The membership is valid as long as the payment is streaming. And then when the payment stops, either because the user stopped it or because they ran out of funds, and in that scenario, the whole of Superfluid protocol actually works really well by providing incentives for people to stop a stream that's running out of funds. In that scenario, the NFT becomes or is immediately invalidated through Superfluid. And I know, so I don't know if Keating is around. Keating is the person who actually worked on the development on both sides. We've worked with Keating in the past, and I know the Superfluid community works with Keating a little bit. So if he can tell us a bit more. But basically, there is two levels of integration. There is the integration at a smart contract level. And for this, Keating created a custom contract that people can use to set things up through the Superfluid dashboard. And then we've integrated the Superfluid on our front end as well, on our checkout flow, so that when the users go through the checkout process, they will basically approve the stream to start. It will basically kick off the stream. And at that point, the NFT is minted for them. And then now wherever they go online, they have a valid NFT. From an application perspective, what's really interesting about this, from a consuming application perspective, whether the stream was, whether the NFT was obtained through Superfluid or via normalism, which is paying upfront, or through other mechanisms, because we actually support many other ones like credit card and things like this, it looks the same. So third-party applications that are integrating Unlock or that are using token gating using Unlock, basically they don't have to behave, or they don't have to know even that a specific membership is happening through Superfluid or that is a native Unlock one.
Very cool. And if folks are interested in trying this, you can reach out to the Unlock team, or you can reach out to the Superfluid team, and we can get into the technical details, get things set up and configured. But effectively, what we're doing is allowing someone to pay for this membership with a Superfluid stream instead of with a traditional piece of crypto or a credit card or something like that.
Absolutely. And to be clear, this is obviously permissionless and enabled for everyone. So do definitely ping us if you need help, but you don't need our approval, or you don't need any of our, what's the right way to say this? And you are able to do this today. It's completely open and decentralized on both the Superfluid side and the Unlock side. The one little gotcha, should I say, is like the currency that you have to use for your lock, for the smart contract, has to be an S token, obviously. And so that means that it's only available on the networks on which there's S tokens, as well as Unlock is being deployed.
And just to add here, I think we'll start rolling out to the first beta users very soon. We do have a bit of a list to work through. So if there's anyone here that signed up, just wait patiently, and we'll get back to you. And otherwise, yeah, there's a sign up form. I'll share it in the chats. And if anybody else wants to try this out, let us know.
And obviously, you guys talked about hackathons. We are also, the Superfluid team and the Unlock team are usually part of the same hackathons. We've already seen some pretty cool projects in the past being built with both Superfluid and Unlock. That is definitely, yet another reason to build some cool stuff on top of both Superfluid and Unlock at the future hackathons. I think we're next, but we're definitely going to be in Berlin, and we'll definitely be at ETH Online as well. So again, any cool idea that you want to build, this is actually some pretty interesting, Lego bricks that you can combine to build something even better and even more cool.
Yeah, and just one more hackathon type related item as well. In addition to ETH Online, which is coming up next month, beginning of September is also starting the Gitcoin grant round for GR15 as well that we are participating in. And so if you do have projects either in flight or proposed that would be applicable for a Gitcoin grant, make sure that you are checking that out and get your community involved to help support those as well. And then we're also going to be at ETH San Francisco in November for what I think is going to be even larger than ETH New York. They're predicting over 1,400 or 1,500 hackers for that.
Boom.
Awesome.
Hey guys, just a question. So Unlock is amazing for content, right? So you can token gate content, and I can get access to, say, a blog or something like that. But could this actually be used also for, say, subscriptions? So what if I have like a data SaaS business? Like, can I get, say, a license by paying with Superfluid?
Yes, that would actually, that's definitely one of the use cases. I think last year we did a quick demo of a Node.js Express application, basically an API kind of application, where you could not make API calls beyond a certain free tier. And after this, you needed to have a valid membership, an NFT in your wallet. And the idea is like, when you make these API requests, you provide an HTTP header that is basically a signature, and then the server can check whether you have the valid NFT. And that would actually be a perfect example of using Superfluid in that context, where you would stream the payment and then make these requests as you go. So that's definitely another cool use case for a hackathon or somebody building some cool stuff.
Right. Okay, cool. So basically we can start. So, everyone was talking about the fact that there is a bear market and volumes are down and tokens are down, and everyone is looking at sustainability. So now we have a whole bunch of DAOs and projects that are trying to build some sort of sustainable revenue streams. So you're telling me that this is ready to go basically in beta, and they can sign up today and then get that started to kick in revenue streams.
Absolutely right. And I wouldn't even call that beta. Yeah, like I would say, like this is live, this is ready to go, and this is, I'd say, from what I know, production grade. Like this is actually deployed on mainnet and all of the other production network that we're deployed on, and that's ready to use and go and make a business out of this.
Yeah, and I just wanted to the sort of the original use cases that folks were exploring with Unlock were around things like content unlocking and token gating. And as folks, developers, creators, platforms have started to explore the protocol, there are a whole wide range of different use cases. So we're seeing the sort of media membership or content type of use case. We are seeing DAO memberships. So DAOs that originally had set things up with their ERC20s are now realizing maybe letting the whales define the agenda for the DAO, maybe not the best way to do that. So they're doing and exploring seasonal memberships with membership NFTs that are time bound. We're seeing things like online credentialing. So we're seeing a number of different cases like the CDAA, which is a series of financial advisors in the States, that when you pass your credentialing test, you get your certificate, but it's on chain and it's good for a year or two using Unlock. We are seeing NFT ticketing for the folks who were at ETHCC. We had about 1,800 folks out there come through using Unlock as the NFT ticket for that. So anything where you can conceive of this concept of belonging or membership as the primitive that you need for the project, Unlock is an opportunity for that, especially if there is that time-bound component, because you don't necessarily want everybody joining to then have perpetual membership or perpetual direction over the agenda of the project.
Absolutely, and I mean, as Mike said, definitely the idea of SaaS-based memberships is also one that we're very excited about, and we can't wait to see people build some cool stuff on top of this. One other interesting idea that somebody shared the other day with me is actually integrating in smart contracts. So imagine some DeFi contract where instead of paying fees on every transaction, you have some kind of membership level that allows you to not pay fees. So it's kind of the Amazon Prime model. Think of, say, Uniswap, right, where you pay some, I think, 30 basis points on every swap. Well, what if instead of this, the pool that you're transacted on had a membership and kind of a prime model where you pay $1,000 a month or whatever that is, and then once you, as long as you have this NFT in your wallet, and again it could be streaming with Superfluid, as long as you have the NFT in the wallet, you don't pay the basis points, and so that actually creates represents a completely different business model for these for the pools that actually provides a lot of interesting scenarios for different actors in the ecosystem.
Yeah, great. I mean, I feel like the best thing is also that, you know, you don't have to pay the big lump sum in front when you want to access like certain event or like a content or whatever it is. You can just stream it by a second, and if you don't like it, you can close the stream anytime and just, you know, pay the amount that you actually used the
Absolutely
access
right.
for. Yeah.
Yep. To me, that's the exciting part about using Superfluid in that context, is really the idea of being able to make something that is progressive rather than is kind of a lump sum that you pay upfront. Is something that you basically stream for as long as you want, and then when you're done using it, you terminate the stream. And again, the composability of this is endless. Basically, you can say, okay, for as long as I'm employed with this company, I get the NFT and I get my salary via Superfluid from that company. Basically, that software license that allows me to use, say, Notion or Slack or Discord or GitHub is also streaming. And so the minute I'm not an employee anymore because I decided to quit, well, that terminates the subscription to the service. I think that's a very good model in that scenario where you have a combination of both the NFT that proves that you have access as well as the streaming payment for as long as you are a member.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good. And you mentioned like hackathons. I saw you guys in New York. You were very active over there. Chris, you were there talking with hackers and building projects.
Indeed, yeah, there were a number of really interesting projects that came out of there, some that were around granting. There was a very cool NFT ticketing hack that came out of there, where after the ticket was used for a sporting event, it would then convert into a video of the game highlights if it was a sporting event and things like that, because we can do dynamic NFTs for the visual part of Unlock. So yeah, just always super energized for those types of events, just because there's so much creativity out there.
Yeah, exactly. We also love to sponsor all the hackathons and actually go there in person. So you mentioned you're going to East San Francisco. I think we are also planning to go. So hopefully we can exchange some merch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would love to get Unlock t-shirts or hats or whatever you have.
Yep. Just let us know your sizes and we will we'll have a special care package for y'all.
Awesome. Sounds good. Does anyone here have any questions before we move on? If not, then Fran. Oh, yes. Yeah, we had a poll as well. So we're curious to know, have you used NFTs, tokens, or any kind of subscriptions to access gated communities in Web3? So do let us know. We're interesting to see how the crowd is thinking about that. So we give a couple of more seconds here, so everybody can answer. Okay, great. As you can see, quite a lot of you are already using NFTs, tokens, and subscriptions for access. Do let us know in the chat where exactly. We're curious to know. And a lot of you are interested, so definitely check out Unlock and see how you can make it work. Great, then I think we are good to move on. Fran, if you want to take the stage.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to share a couple of new things that are happening just starting very soon here at Superfluid. So the first one is our wave pool. So the wave pool is basically going to start, I think, on the 1st of September as the official date. And obviously, it's following in the Superfluid tradition of continuous perpetual things. This is a continuous hackathon. So instead of a normal hackathon, which just happens once in a specific place or online, this is a hackathon which will keep going. It's like rolling. Basically, every month, you're able to submit your projects and win prizes for the best projects. So to start, it's basically, as I said, it's iterating, right? So it happens every time. New builders get rewards at each waves. That doesn't mean you can't submit multiple times, but there's no specific entry point. Anybody can submit, right? It can be technical, it can be non-technical, which means if you're writing articles, explainers, maybe making a video about us, that also qualifies for the prize. And there's multiple prizes. So as I said, the first wave opens in September 1st. But if you already want to start working on something, that's also fine. So submissions go throughout the month, and then at the end of the month, we'll select the winners. So how this works, there will be a Discord channel on purpose for the wave pool, and an information page is out there already with more details, right? This is, I'm just giving you kind of the very high level here, but there's a few rules that we set to keep the playing field fair. So you can check it out by scanning this QR code over here. The prizes will, as I said, roll every month, and basically you'll get $1,000 for the first prize, $750 the second prize, and $500 for the third prize. But we also have prizes for other projects that don't make it in the top 3. So whatever you're building, please submit it to the wave pool. It's also a good way for us to check in with you and see what's going on in the space, and we can always, help you maybe the next month to build something that would qualify and win a prize. We also have POAPs for everyone contributing. So, whatever you're doing, please submit it. We're looking forward to see, even just articles or explainers or, even some tweets. Maybe if you make a Twitter thread about Superfluid, that could also qualify. So check out the rules, and looking forward to seeing you around. You can check, again, the info page from the QR code. And Victoria, maybe you can start the poll.
Yes, 1 second. So we are very curious to know whether you are interested in surfing the wave pool. So do let us know if this is something you would definitely look into. I also wanted to add actually that all the information is on Discord. In the wave pool channel, if you need some ideas what to work on, what exactly are the rules, if you're a bit unsure, you can always ask questions, and we are happy to help out, whether you need some ideas, whether you just want to validate your idea that you want to submit and work on, but you're not sure if that's something useful or will be qualified. Do let us know. We're happy to help any step of the way. Great, I'm just looking at the results here now. I'm going to share it with you. So as you can see, the majority is interested. So definitely join our Discord if you're not there yet. And let's keep in touch. We are going to kick it off September 1st. So we have the first wave in 1st of September. And yeah, we're really, really excited to see what you guys are coming up with.
Cool. And getting it back to me, I wanted to announce Devs Do Something. So this is something we've been working for a while now at Superfluid, and basically it's a podcast by developers and for developers. We realized that there are a lot of podcasts about crypto out there. I think I follow about 20 different ones, but there's none that really tickle that, that itch that you get sometimes of trying to really understand how something works, right? Or how it was built. How, ultimately the people behind it put in the work and kind of figured out the hard technical challenges. So that is what this podcast will be about. We're trying to interview the smartest people and, those developers who are really building the coolest products in Web3. So yeah, we've got a pretty stellar lineup. Our first guest will be Rahul Sethuram, who's the CTO of Connect's network. He's going to tell us all about their cross-chain bridge. After that, we have a legendary developer, Austin Griffith, who's probably the most well-loved builder in the space. And we have a significant lineup of other very, very, very skilled developers that we are interviewing for the next episodes. So yeah, definitely tune in. This is going to be really, really good. If you're a developer in the space, this kind of content is really golden, because you get to hear ultimately the alpha, right? That you only get if you work at a company, right? Because otherwise they'll never tell you how they solved that significant technical challenge, or how they figured out how to optimize their gas to that incredible extent that you get when you use their products. So definitely check it out. We've got the first episode already live, so I'll be dropping the links here in the chat in a second, and we can hear a snippet of it.
Or like one of our big development paradigms at Connects is always aggressively reduce complexity as much as possible. So one day we just kind of sat there and we were like, what if we just rebuilt this from scratch? And we thought of it if we were going to redesign a cross-chain protocol from the scratch, what would it look like? And we spent maybe 2 days just talking about it and designing it, and then we kind of proposed it to the team as a possible thing. What do you guys say about this? And, the team was super into it, so we just literally threw out everything we had, months worth of code, thousands of lines of code. We were like, you know what, we're just gonna throw all this away, rebuild it from scratch.
Cool. Well, please check it out, guys. We're already live on Twitter. We have a website as well, devsdosomething.fm, and I'll be sharing a couple more links. The first episode is out already, so definitely check it out. And follow us on Twitter. We are going to tweet a bit about it today, and obviously it would be extremely helpful if you all retweeted it, if you made comments about it. Just help us distribute it a bit, right? We really need this to get out there so that we can attract the next best speakers. And if you do have any speakers that you would like to listen to, any specific developers, again, this is for developers, by developers, and we want to interview developers, right? So who are those developers in Web3 that you would be passionate about hearing? And if you have them, please let us know. And then if we manage to get in contact with them, maybe you can suggest a couple of questions for them as well. So leave your favorite developers in the chat for us. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Fran. And yes, we're really excited for the podcast. Please just check it out. It's on YouTube. It's your golden opportunity to tell us what you want to hear as a developer, who you want to have as a guest speaker on the podcast, and we will try to make it happen. So your feedback will be very, very valuable here. Oh, I see Fran already posted links to YouTube, to Spotify. You can also listen this on the go. I do that all the time on Spotify with all my podcasts. So definitely check it out. And yes, we do have a Twitter as well. And please do help us a bit and retweet and like our new episode, and let's get this rolling. So yeah, hopefully we will get it to many developers out there in Web3. So guys, tell us, what do you think?
Who would you like to see on it? Julian, who's your favorite developer in the space?
I wouldn't say me, but yes, there's obviously a ton of people that I can think of, and you already mentioned two of the names that I was going to go for. So absolutely, Austin, somebody that you should definitely get. I mean, it looks like you're already getting him. The Bridge folks, obviously, Connects is definitely making lots of very interesting things on that front. I'd love to see the Open Zeppelin folks as well. I know that a ton of people use Open Zeppelin libraries. So for example, Adrien Croubois, who works on the open source stuff, would actually be, I think, a great candidate for this as well. There's 1,000 people.
Yeah, we've got actually the person we're interviewing from Balancer used to work at Open Zeppelin, And then thanks to him, we actually got the lead developer from Open Zeppelin as well.
Perfect.
So,
Awesome.
I'm really looking forward to them. Obviously, we're going to ask them all the tricky questions, especially, recently, I think there was a hack on a library that they released. So we'll see how they answer the hard questions as well.
Absolutely.
Great. Does anybody else have any questions regards to the podcast? Any comments? Are you guys excited?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Definitely need to listen to the first one. I only also saw the preview. It was released today, so definitely gonna listen in. Hype, VJ, yes, totally. Great. Do we have any other questions from the audience, either in terms of for the agenda today, the topics we covered? For Unlock, you have your chance to ask any questions regards to Web3 memberships. Just want to see if there's any questions from the audience. Oh, I see someone raised their hand. 1 second.
Fidi.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away.
Yeah, hey guys.
Hi.
Yeah, so I have a question. There's an upcoming hackathon in September. It's called Eat Safari, the biggest hackathon in Africa. It's going to be held in Nairobi. Will you guys be open to maybe sponsoring or attending? We would love to have you guys over here.
Oh,
So
that's
in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
I'd love to participate. Honestly, Nairobi is such a cool place. I think Casper has also visited once there, right? He's got good memories. He's always talking about it. I don't think we'll be able to make it over because September is an incredibly busy month for us. But we could definitely get in contact with them for sponsorship. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
yeah, so I was thinking if you guys cannot be able to attend, I would love to maybe participate as a Superfluid advocate, maybe do a workshop. That would be nice for the community here.
We would love that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure. Reach us out on Discord and we'll plug you in and make it happen.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to increase also our community in Africa for sure. So definitely do reach out to us, share all the details, and we're happy to get in contact for sure. Do we have any other questions, comments? Does anybody wants to say something? I did also have a couple of questions.
Fidi, I heard that the hackathon is actually happening on a train. Is that true?
What?
Yes.
It's happening on a train to Mombasa?
There's going to be a lot of events, so that's going to be one part of the events happening on a train safari.
That's so cool.
How is this possible? How, like, is the train moving?
Yes, it passes through game parks and reserves, so that's the whole point, I think.
Are you able to like provide stable internet connection?
Yeah, definitely. Via mobile subscriptions.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. That sounds exciting. Do you have like Twitter account or somewhere where we could see some pictures how it plays out?
Actually, okay, I'll tag you on a comment from Eat Safari, on our post from Eat Safari, so that you can see.
Awesome. Oh, I also see the friend posted the website in the chat. Oh, nice. I want to definitely check it out. Will you be able to see some animals from the train?
Definitely.
Ooh. Nice. Someone is saying 18th of September. Oh, that's when Eat Safari is?
Yeah, which is the same day as ETH Berlin.
Oh, yeah, everything is happening in September, I feel like. Also, ETH Online is September.
Right. So do we have maybe a Q&A session, Vicky? Like what's next on the agenda?
Yes, it's an open Q&A. If anybody wants to ask any questions, feel free, or any comments, any new ideas you are considering or considering building, feel free to let us know. Or maybe if there, actually, I'm quite curious to see if anyone here is actually getting paid in streams, or like has ever had any experience with payroll streaming, salary streaming. We had a discussion on Discord about that with some community members, and we wanted people to share their experience. So we would be happy to hear from people who are actually using payroll streaming. No, nobody? Does anybody from our team wants to share some experiences, comments?
I actually would like to ask Javier. I see he's in the call. How's it going with the Super Pool? If he has any updates.
Hi, Frank. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I have a bad connection. That's why I didn't put the image. Yes, I'm continuing working. I changed a little bit how I approach some of the different association of the dollar seconds, but I'm working hard. Maybe not as hard as you would like to, but I'm continuing working. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, no, you know how excited I am about it. That's why I'm checking in.
Yeah. I hope I don't. You will happy with the result.
I'm sure. So for those that don't know, Javier Donoso is one of the most skilled developers in our chats, and he's working on a bounty that's it's very exciting. So he showed us a small preview a couple of weeks ago, and it's really exciting. So yeah, looking forward to that. Maybe in a future community call, you can show it off to everyone.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah, definitely. Do let us know like when you are close to finish, and then we can definitely add you on the agenda and give you space and stage time for your project.
Yeah, excellent. I would love it.
Awesome. Anyone else have any questions? Wants to share anything? Any ideas?
Is anyone here going to ETH Berlin?
Yeah, actually. There's a huge Web3 community in Berlin.
Just me.
I heard.
Come
Just
on.
you?
Just me? No one else?
Is someone else from our team is going, like confirmed? Fran?
Yes. So it should be Fran, Sunny, Ben, and Joshua.
Awesome.
Looks like Julian is also coming. That's nice. Chris, are you coming down too?
Not for this one. I think my next in-person one will be ETH San Francisco.
Nice. Wait, Julian, are you guys sponsoring ETH Berlin?
We're not sponsoring, we're doing the tickets. Like always, that's our jam. Tickets for actually, it's funny because we're doing tickets for actually not for ETH Berlin, for DAppCon, which happens earlier in that week. We're also doing tickets for ETH Safari, if I'm correct, and ETH Warsaw, which is even earlier in the month, and then for MCon, Meta Capital Conference, which is in 2 weeks now in Denver.
Wow.
So yeah, Unlock is being used for ticketing a lot, which is interesting. But not the one use case that I was expecting in the beginning. But I guess, the market decides.
It feels like Ethereum yearly events is like a sport. So maybe we should have a seasonal ticketing stream.
I think that would actually be a brilliant idea for sure. And one of the powers of NFTs is the fact that they're reusable. Like if when I check out for my ticket, when I go on a checkout flow to buy a ticket for any conference, if the checkout UI was able to detect that I've attended other conferences, might actually give me discounts, or the other way around, might actually block me and say, hey, you've already been to too many events this year. Why don't you give space for other people? I don't know, but these would be fun things to do.
Go back to work, right? No more conferences for you.
No more conferences. Get back to work.
Yeah, that seasonal idea is an interesting one. That reminds me of the stuff that you've talked about, Julian, where a bunch of publishers could get together and sort of have the group membership that was good at any of them. And I wonder if there was sort of the, season pass for, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Ethereum events, if that also might help with some of the kind of, scalperism and those types of things. The folks who were really dedicated to the space.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. And I guess even with the stream integration, you could do something similar, right? Where you could, for example, stream and unlock 5 different publications at the same time or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That whole portability thing, it's like it almost comes for free with the infrastructure.
And actually, I think Julian, you mentioned ETH Warsaw. Meow actually is going to be speaking in ETH Warsaw. He's giving a presentation there. I remember his first application was rejected because it was too technical, so he had to mellow it down. What are you talking about in the end, Meow?
How to create frictionless money instead of talking about the category. No, I think they misunderstood. I didn't bother to change it, but later I changed the title. Yeah, I'm going to be ETH Warsaw, which is 1st of September. I'm not sure who is there, but if you're there, happy to meet in person. I'll be giving a talk on 1st of September about how to create frictionless money. Slightly technical perspective orienting the dev there, but yeah, should be approachable also.
Very cool. Wish I could come to Warsaw as well.
Nice. Is anyone here going to Warsaw? I think it's a smaller conference this time, but quite some people are going. And I think it's organized by some of the MakerDAO contributors.
Yeah, we were first invited by one of the teams that hacked on Superfluid at ETH Amsterdam. I don't know if you remember, there was one of the organizers of ETH Warsaw was hacking on Superfluid. So
yes, it was Pavel, right?
It's Pavel, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is at MakerDAO, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he really liked the hack that he was making, and then he decided to invite us and got Meow to talk there. So
nice.
Yeah, it's good. These conferences, you always make new friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. Is anyone else from the engineering team going with Meow together? Probably
I haven't invited.
Oops. No worries. I mean, it is a small conference, so maybe it doesn't make that much sense to take the whole team. So
we just came back from Poland. I thought maybe it's not so new anymore to go there. Literally just came back.
Nice. No worries. I see that Jensei in the chat was asking, what are some of the ideas that you are exploring now in terms of use cases, or some ideas you thought about for the hackathon? It's so great to hear that Unlock is getting used. Is that question for Unlock or for Superfluid? Let us know, but maybe for Superfluid. So what are some of the ideas that you are exploring in terms of use cases? So one of our use cases is mainly payroll streaming. So streaming salaries in real time for DAO contributors, because it's very easy for DAOs to automate their payroll. And we work mainly with integrations. So this is one of our use cases. In terms of hackathons, since Superfluid is open source protocol, you can essentially create anything that needs a payment system. So whether you want to do something in the social side with NFTs, streaming NFTs, for the monthly hackathon, also some experimental use cases. Actually, you know what would be great? We do have a list of a lot of different project ideas that we would like hackers to work on. So we can definitely share that with you if you're interested. Jensi, are you on our Discord already? I would be happy to share that with you, because there's some really nice ideas that our DevX team has put together. And I'm sure it will be really helpful for you. Let me see if I can actually find the link.
I found the link. I'm just going to drop it into the chat.
Awesome. Yes, we do have, I think we have like around 30 ideas already listed that hackers can work on. I just didn't catch up for a while. No worries, Sensei. Riz just posted the link in the chat, so feel free to have a look. And whenever you kind of iterate on an idea or you need people to hack with for whatever hackathon, or even if you just want to hack on your like outside of a hackathon, do let us know, and we can hopefully match you with a team. So definitely, yeah. Let us know, and we're happy to help you out. Also, if you have any questions with regards to the ideas.
Yeah, and for the wave pool, a couple of ideas I wanted to mention, right? So for a hackathon, you have to, or at least you're supposed to build an entire product, right? You're supposed to build something that kind of stands on its own feet. And obviously that sets the bar a bit higher. Now, one of the things that we wanted to do with the wave pool was actually lower that, right? Because some things you can't do at a hackathon, right? Like if you write an article, a blog post, or a tutorial, that doesn't qualify for a hackathon prize, which means that stuff always gets put in second place. But that's actually really important and useful work, right? And actually, one of the inspirations was Javier, who wrote a really good article about Superfluid and Gelato and how to integrate them. And obviously, we didn't have a bounty for that or anything of the sort. So he did that work, and we couldn't really reward him for it, right? So this was one of the things we wanted to do with the wave pool, was open up to all sorts of contributions. And these could be, again, articles, they could be, products, they could be prototypes, but they could even be, for example, someone making a contribution to our console. Our console is open source software, right? The console.superfluid.finance. It's this Explorer developer tool. It's completely open source. Anybody can go there, check the code, run it locally, and then add a feature or two and submit those. And that would, immediately qualify for the wave pool, even though maybe it's not immediately, merged in, because obviously we do have to do quality checks and things like that. But if we do merge it in, then, you not only built something and got a reward from the wave pool and a really, really good looking POAP, but you also built something useful that can then help the community. So, anything goes for the wave pool, and that's the philosophy.
Yeah, I think before I misunderstood, I thought he was asking only for hackathons, but yeah, like Franz said, it can also be like a blog post, a Twitter thread, or something like that, that you don't have to build a whole project for the wave pool. It would be awesome though. Superfluid POAPs sounds cool. Yes, we do have POAPs. So if you participate, you have a chance of getting one. So definitely worth it. Thank you all. Thanks, Christopher, for joining. Thank you, Julian, as well. And yes, I think we are good to end the call here. Thank you, everyone, for joining in and asking your questions and contributing and being awesome. It was great to have you here. and see you next time.
See
See you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Remember to
Bye-bye.
retweet about our podcast, please.
Yes,
Retweet.
devs do something.
Go retweet that. Devs do something.
Yeah.